We'll start with verification via mobile and then we'll go to verification for the web. First things first, for mobile, if you're totally new to the app, you should definitely download the app with my link in the description below. It's totally free and you'll be supporting the channel if you do. Also, there is definitely a kickback for those who download the app. Upon downloading, you should see the main interface, and the top left area is where you get to log in and register. Upon clicking register, it takes you to select your current location of residence. Once you input your email or phone number, password and referral ID linked in the description below, you will need to do a puzzle verification, which you'll see throughout Binance's app. All you need to do is drag this into place, then you'll be brought to add your verification code. Once that is done, you immediately get a prompt asking you to verify your identity, and your account gets to access your Binance app and its full feature. You'll most likely be notified in many areas of the app and your device, so it would actually be hard to miss this verification. Alright, once you click the unverified prompt at the top right of the app, it should open the verification center and it should immediately ask you to confirm your residential country here. It also states that the privileges and limits could change based on your selection or based on your location, so different countries have different limits and requirements. On the verification page, you can see the requirements, which are the personal information, government issued ID card, and facial recognition. The features and limits are as follows: $50,000 deposit and withdrawal limit daily. Then there's no limit for P2P, and $160,000 or BUSD, which is Binance's USD, as well as some other features. Then there's enterprise verification, which is basically like having a corporate crypto account. Then there's verified plus, which is only available after you've completed the first verification. For verified plus, you would need a proof of address to complete the stage, again after you've completed the first one. And on confirmation, you get a $200,000 daily limit and withdrawal limits for verified plus. For the first step, which is personal information, this is where you verify your nationality: first name, last name, middle name, and your date of birth. Additional information would now be your address. The next step is identity verification. You will need to verify this area with a document. This will be a valid government issued document. There are 3 that are required by the country of the person I'm registering, which is a national identification number slip or national ID card, a passport, a driver's license, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where it gets tricky though. You want to make sure that the image is not cropped, whereby you are snapping half of your document. You want to make sure that your camera isn't blurry, the lens is clean, and light isn't reflecting on the document to overpower the ID. You want to also make sure that it is not a black and white image. You want to make sure it's not edited or expired. Next up is the selfie verification. You want to take a selfie with a neutral expression, so we're not smiling or we're not sad. Your whole face is visible and eyes are open. You don't want to crop or take a screenshot. You don't want to wear hats. You don't want to use filters or anything on your face. Pro tip that they did not mention in the Binance app: you want to make sure that your ears are showing. And something I noticed is that if you're using an iPhone and your selfie is too wide, the angle is too wide, and maybe your ears aren't showing from the selfie camera, you can have someone use the back camera of your iPhone, this back camera with 2.5x zoom, so that your ears can show. And once you've taken this selfie or picture, the last step is face authentication. Again, you want to avoid wearing hats, glasses, you want to avoid using filters, and of course you want to ensure that there's enough light. So click on start verification, put your face in there and follow the prompts, and then it becomes successful. Now you need to sit tight and wait for the verification email from Binance. Alright, that's for mobile. Next up, for the web. As you're trying to log in, make sure you are on the correct URL. Guys, binance.com or accounts.binance.com. Please always double check the URL so you don't end up submitting sensitive information to fraudsters. Always check the URL. Now, getting into verification on the web, that's if you're using a computer to run your verification process, you would need to head to the user center after logging into your account to start your identity verification process. Of course, if you're new to Binance, then you have to first sign up with your details, and once you're signing, you would find the user center on the top right corner of the home screen between orders and the notification bell. Now, clicking the user center icon, it gives you a drop-down menu with several items. Now, the only option on this menu that is important to us in this video is the one that obviously says identification. When you click identification, you are directed to a new page that is dedicated to all the verification related processes and information. Here, you can check what level of verification you have completed on your account and the limits that come with it. As I mentioned earlier, the higher your verification level, the higher the limits placed on your account. Now, to make things a few clicks easier for you, I'll have a link that takes you straight to the verification page in the description of this video. So all you need to do is just click that link, log in, get started with your verification that easily. Now to the verification proper. If you are a fresher to the Binance system, if you're new, you will already have the verify your account header in the home page of your account. So all you have to do is click get verified and get started. If you have already completed your first step of verification, then you will have to go through the user center step that I mentioned earlier. Now, depending on the verification level that you have completed, what you will see on the verification page may vary. For those who have not completed any level of verification at all, you will see the verified plus and enterprise verification. An important point to note is that while limits are heavily dependent on the level of verification that you have completed, these limits may also vary depending on the country that you have selected. You can edit your country on the same page by clicking on the button labeled residential country/region. Now, with all of that settled, you can now click start now on the verification level that you are eligible for. The higher levels of verification will be labeled unavailable, of course, until you've completed the preceding or the previous level of verification. Now, every other step from this point forward is the same as what we've discussed in the mobile section. Please remember that the success of your verification is highly dependent on how well you follow instructions that Binance lays down. Now, when it comes to facial recognition, in an effort to make the verification process as easy as possible, what Binance has done is they've added an extra feature with the verification process. At the lower right edge of your screen, you should see what looks like one half of a QR code. Now, moving your mouse to that QR code expands it into full mode, and now you can easily scan the code from your smartphone's Binance app and finish up your verification on your smartphone. Once you have done the recognition process on your phone, you can come back to the computer and click I have completed this process on my phone. With that, you have completed the basic first step of verification on Binance for Web. If all is well and good, you should receive an email that your verification was successful. If, however, you receive an email that your verification was unsuccessful, Binance will specify the reason for the verification failure in the email. And this way, you can also know what to adjust and do better when you try again. Now, before we move on, I have to mention that since this method is on the web, you should not refresh your browser until you have completed the entire verification. If not, you may lose your progress, but I think it's easier on mobile. For those that still ask why verify your identity, well, first off, Binance still wants to be in business and they need to know who is doing what on their platform so they can combat fraud, corruption, money laundering, and terrorist financing. And it's also beneficial to the customer who is creating an account, which is you, on their app, so you can enjoy higher transaction limits after your account is verified and you can just move freely within the app. So now to the part you've all been waiting for, hopefully, the giveaway. At different points throughout this video, you probably have seen this logo. Okay, now to enter the giveaway, you should comment how many times these logos showed up in this video, and also make sure you download the Binance app with the link in the description. And by Christmas, I'll pick 10 random subscribers that get 10 BUSD for free, just like that, no strings attached, except you of course downloaded the app, because I need somewhere to credit you. Please download it with my link, by the way. How much is 10 BUSD? 10 BUSD is like 5,600 naira. Yeah, that's free money for Christmas. You can use it to buy a drink or something. Anyway, if this video was helpful to you, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.